Hi, legal investigators. This is Alexis, and we are supposed to talk about the top three things that we learned about this quarter. So I'm just going to go ahead and go. So I think one of the first things I learned, and one of the most important things, is the importance of professionals in this public administration field to have a basic understanding of administrative law. It's not just about what the laws say, but more importantly, how the laws are made and why they're made, and what the process is behind making new statutes and what leads to the decisions that are made. As our professor indicated in Module 1, I first believed that administrative law was kind of more geared towards a legal professional, something that's someone that wants to be a lawyer would take. However, now that I've been in this course and gained a firmer understanding of the basics of administrative law, I understand how important it is for us as managers, as human resource professionals, and basically anyone in the administrative law field, how important it is to really have an understanding of administrative law. In my everyday work, I have witnessed administrative law aspects arise since the beginning of this course. I now ask more questions. I am more interested in finding out why our company does the things they do and why the decisions are made the way they are. And, I work for Children and Family Futures, and we are government contractors. And so I kind of, now have a firmer understanding about the importance of adhering to certain policies and procedures that before this course, I kind of felt like we were just being restricted to a bunch of red tape, but now I have a firmer understanding about why it's so important to adhere to some of those statutes and some of the contracts contracts that we have to abide by. Many of the descriptions that Rosenblum described in his book really helped me draw some parallels and have a better understanding about why this affects me in my employment and everyday life. The second important lesson I learned from this semester is the value of having confidence in being able to navigate legal websites, legal resources, and understanding case law. Before this class, I never really ventured onto any kind of legal websites. I never had a job that I needed to. I never really read Supreme Court rulings or anything like that I felt, they didn't really apply to me. I didn't feel like it was important. But now that I've taken this class, and now that I've learned how to navigate those resources, I've actually found myself kind of going to those websites and looking up case laws in many other areas in my life. So I've gained confidence. I have used it, but I've used it outside of my employment life. For example, I have a friend that's a social worker, and she recently had a claim against her, or a complaint against her from one of her clients that said that, it was a complaint because she didn't reunify her children as she had felt that she deserved. And, my friend was upset about getting the complaint, but I was able to console her and say, you are immune to these type of suits as long as you did not deny that you're the client of any of her constitutional rights, and you followed all protocols that were expected of you through the state. So, I was able to confidently say that, whereas before I really didn't even have a firm understanding of what immunity meant. Lastly, I learned the importance of staying up to date with the new legal decisions that may affect administrative law. I have to say that prior to this course, on the way to and from work during my commute, I would listen to Kiss FM or My FM, and I would listen to music and gossip and celebrities and a bunch of other useless information. Now on my commute to work, I find myself navigating towards NPR and other news radio stations, and going from FM to AM, and I'm more interested now in what's happening in our government and politics and what could potentially affect my employment now or in the future, or even my everyday life. Since then I've learned about ways the mayor in Kentucky is working towards increasing funding for their local water systems, which I thought was incredibly fascinating, as well as the the horrible problems that we're having here in California with the droughts and the farmers and them only getting 1/10 of their contracted water allowment, and how what kind of consequences that's going to have on us, and just in buying produce and things along those lines. I've also learned about a police official who was sued for violence against a suspected criminal, and the suit was dropped because of immunity. And just topics that I would never have had an understanding or interest in prior to taking this class. I think being able to understand the basics has really increased my drive, or my interest in learning more about administrative law, and just staying up to date with what's happening in the world and politics and anything else that may affect me or my loved ones throughout my employment, through their employment, and just in our life in general. So I guess in all, I've just learned so much of this course, some more acute topics and micro topics than others, but overall, I think that the macro parallels that I was able to pull and able to, really take away from this class strikes me as the most important aspects. I've learned through this course a better understanding of why decisions are made. I feel that the why and how is truly what's important, and I think that's what the professor really tried to get us to understand. It's the why and how that decisions are made more important than the what. So anyone can pick up a Federal Register and read information about what the laws say, but I think without having a truly understanding, or truly being able to understand why they're made and how they're made, you really aren't getting the full picture. And it's really not that powerful without understanding the why and the how. So I guess that's really all that I have to say. Legal investigators, we made it. I feel like we all did a great job. And this whole quarter, and as a team, I feel like we rocked. And good luck to everyone on their final. And I hope to see you again throughout our MPA course, and hopefully in future employment endeavors. Thank you, and again, I just wish that everyone has a great night.